Hello friends, this is Jana from the Milwaukee Letting Library, here with another story to share with you. Now today I brought my friend Frosty because I heard it might snow. Did you hear that too? Let's see if we can make some snow to get this story time started. Can you pretend like there's a big pile of snow in front of you? I want you to scoop it up, pat that snow until you have a nice big snowball. Do you have one? Okay, now give your snowball a push and let's see if it starts rolling. Take your hands and roll them like this. The roly-poly snowball went rolling down the hill. Once it started rolling, it could not keep still. Faster! It rolled and rolled and rolled until it hit a rock. Then the roly-poly snowball, it rolled to a stop. Screech! Nice job. Okay, so I have a story for you today called The Snowy Day. Let's go read it. So today's book is called The Snowy Day. It's written and illustrated by Ezra Jack Keats. It's published by Viking Press, which is a division of Penguin Books. We're reading it today with their permission. Now look at this little boy on the cover. He's looking at some footprints. And what is he standing in? He's standing in a big pile of snow. That's a lot of snow. There's snowflakes all over the inside of the book. Oh, that looks like fun. Whee! He's sliding down the hill. Let's get started. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. Every building had a little white hat of snow. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a little path for walking. Wow, that really is a lot of snow. Have you ever seen that much snow? Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out, like this. And then he walked with his toes pointing in, like that. Can you do that? Can you point your toes out? Kind of like a duck walks with toes pointing out. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And then he put his toes pointing in, like that. He's looking at all his footsteps behind him. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. And he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. How many tracks do you see over here? We've got 2 lines, and then all of a sudden, 2 lines, and all of a sudden there's a 3rd line. What is that? Peter has 2 feet, but what is that 3rd track in the snow? What do you think it is? Oh, it was a stick. A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. He's taking that stick and he's smacking it right against the tree. Now, what do you think will happen when he hits that tree branch? Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. Oh, how would that feel to have a pile of snow on your head? Brr. But Peter kept walking. You can still see his footsteps. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight. There they are, throwing snowballs. But he knew he wasn't old enough. Not yet. They were a lot bigger than he was. He wasn't ready for that snowball fight. So, look what he did instead. He made a smiling snowman. And then he made snow angels. Look at that. Peter's laying down in the snow, and then he's waving his arms and his legs back and forth, back and forth. And when he stood up, it looked just like an angel. Have you ever tried that? It takes a lot of snow to do that, but it's pretty fun. Now, what is Peter doing now? He's climbing way up that hill. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big, tall, heaping mountain of snow. He climbed all the way to the top, and whee! He slid all the way down. He's just sliding in his snowsuit. That looks like fun. Whee! He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another. He packed it round and firm. Look, he made a snowball just like we made a snowball earlier. And he put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. So he made a snowball and he put it in his pocket. Do you think that snowball is going to be waiting for him tomorrow morning? Let's find out. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. Oh, now what is Peter doing? He looks like he's taking a nice warm bath. Who's in that bathtub with him? Rubber Ducky. He thought and thought and thought about them. That snowy day and all his adventures. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. Oh, he felt very sad. Where do you think his snowball went? It was snow when he put it in there, but now look, there's just a little wet mark on his pocket. Do you think maybe it melted? Peter doesn't know where his snowball went. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. All the snow melted. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere, and new snow was falling. Oh, look at Peter. He looks pretty happy. He still has a whole nother day of snow. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. That book is called The Snowy Day. What fun to have that much snow to play in. Did you like that story? Now, I want to make snowmen whenever I have a snowy day. I've got a few right up here on the board. Can you help me count? Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 snowmen. And these snowmen, they are going to ride on a sled. Hold up one hand so you have 5 little snowmen right here. 5 little snowmen riding on a sled. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on the sled." Now how many do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little snowmen riding on a sled. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on the sled." Now how many snowmen do we have? 1, 2, 3. We better move our sled over. Oh, 3 3 little snowmen riding on a sled. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on the sled." That leaves only 2. 2 little snowmen riding on the sled. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on the sled." That leaves only 1. 1 little snowman riding on the sled. He fell off and bumped his head. Mama called Frosty, and Frosty said, "No more snowmen riding on the sled." No more snowmen. Maybe we'll have enough snow another day to make a snowman together again. Friends, thanks for joining me for Storytime. See you next time.